Today I'm at the Hermitage, a beautiful stretch of Perthshire forest, planted and engineered subtly from the 18th century by the Dukes of Atholl. There's some very big trees here, particularly some absolutely huge Douglas firs. Once the tallest tree in the UK grew here, and actually you can see the remains of it lying on the riverbank over here. An absolutely enormous stump from what was the Hermitage Douglas Fir, which sadly blew down in 2017, but before that stood over 200 feet tall. Come and explore this beautiful bit of woodland with me and we'll see what else we can find today. I first heard about the Hermitage, and in particular the large Douglas fir tree, when I was reading the book Meetings with Remarkable Trees by Thomas Pakenham. I'd highly recommend this book to anybody interested in trees in the British Isles, as it's tipped me off to a huge number of amazing trees to visit. The author also described a number of other trees in the area, such as the parent larch at Dunkeld Cathedral, which I've filmed a separate video about. We stayed in the town of Dunkeld, just down the river from the Hermitage. A beautiful cathedral town, steeped in history and surrounded by woods and hills. The Royal Dunkeld Hotel has some fairly cheap rooms in the annex, and there is a railway station too. We intentionally decided to visit during October so that we could capture some of the beautiful autumn colours that are on show at the moment, particularly from the beech trees, which add such a beautiful golden orange glow to the scene. Just behind me over here, you can see the Black Lynn Falls beyond the bridge. We're going to head over there in a moment and have a look at the River Bran tumbling down over rocks and boulders, thundering down this beautiful valley. This is Ossian's Hall, which has a spellbinding view over the falls, with spray gently rising above the thundering water. And shafts of golden light piercing through the canopy above. As you will have seen in some of the previous shots, a large stone bridge spans the river. The Hermitage Bridge was built in 1770. It is a single arch stone bridge which spans the River Bran and was built for the Dukes of Atholl. It provides an excellent viewpoint for the falls and the valley downstream. I even saw a jumping fish in the torrent of waters below. I was sad not to get to see the Hermitage Douglas Fir before it fell, but there were plenty of other impressive trees to make up for it. I scrambled down a nearby slope and headed over to the tree stump for a closer look. On a closer inspection, I counted 106 rings on the stump. Douglas firs are the tallest trees in the Pinaceae family, and they're not true fir trees. The tree gets its name from two Scotsmen. Archibald Menzies, a Scottish physician and naturalist who first reported the tree to the west in 1791 on Vancouver Island. He is honoured in the Latin name. David Douglas is another Scottish botanist and collector who first introduced the species to Britain. He reported on the extraordinary nature of the tree. Douglas was born and raised in Perthshire, where his namesake tree now thrives on almost every hillside. As a youngster, he was known for his truancy, preferring to explore the Scottish hills and woods rather than attending his local school. He ultimately attended Glasgow University and joined the Royal Horticultural Society, travelling to the Americas on 2 successful expeditions. he introduced the Douglas fir to cultivation from 1827, as well as many other notable introductions, including the Sitka spruce, the sugar pine, the western white pine, the ponderosa pine, lodgepole pine, Monterey pine, grand fir, noble fir, and several other conifers that have transformed the British landscape and timber industry. He once wrote in a letter to his mentor, "You will begin to think that I manufacture pines at my pleasure." End quote. During his short life, he introduced around 240 species of plants to Britain, though sadly dying at the age of only 35 in 1834. He died in the Hawaiian Islands under suspicious circumstances. Douglas is buried there, and a small monument exists at the site of his death, as well as a grove of Douglas firs. Later that afternoon, he and Charity walked up the valley to a nearby sawmill, where some of the remains of the Hermitage Douglas fir were being milled up for use in local handmade furniture and craft items. The Hermitage is beautiful. I would especially recommend visiting during the autumn. If you enjoy looking at trees, walking and exploring beautiful landscape, Perthshire has a lot to offer. Do check it out. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. I've got some other videos lined up about some other trees in this beautiful part of Scotland.